Previously on All My Children.
Vanessa told me that I would need massive reconstructive surgery.
Ryan's sentencing is going on right now. You could go and you could tell the truth and you could save him.
In accordance with your agreement with the district attorney's office, I am about to impose sentence upon you.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I've been robbed. Where I come from, low-down dogs raiding the chicken coop get a hide full of buckshot.
Oh, I see you're home already. Didn't expect to see you so soon.
Oh, well, obviously not. Otherwise, you wouldn't be robbing me blind behind my back.
Oh, I know. I was just moving our more important pieces to a safer location. Well, given your history of breaking things, I wanted to protect our valuable heirlooms from your recklessness.
Yeah, well, I'll just break your wretched... Oh! What'd you do that for?
Because, darling, that's a very expensive vase. Here, use this.
Thanks to David, you're probably going to live to a ripe old age. You were going to have the finest doctors money can buy, I'm sure. But for heaven's sakes, Erica, even they can't perform miracles. I mean, given the severity of your injuries.
You know, you keep saying that. Have you seen what's under my bandages?
Well, have you, dear?
Well, of course not. I'm not permitted to. We can't risk infection.
Well, infection is the least of your concern. You know, this is really unconscionable. And I don't care what David says, because you deserve the truth. Everyone does. And I think it is an absolute crime that they're keeping it from you.
Keeping what from me?
I heard Dr. Weiss tell David that no one will be able to restore that beautiful face. The damage is too severe, and it's not reversible.
Get out of my chair.
Oh, a gallant. Hello, David.
Why are you here?
Out of concern, of course.
You don't expect me to believe that you're actually in emotional distress about Erica.
My concern is about you, dear. Do you remember the article you wrote for the New England Digest of Medicine?
I've written many articles for that publication.
Yes, and I've read many of your articles, too. But this one was about 6 years ago. You said that any doctor who became emotionally involved with his patient's recovery lost 40% of his effectiveness, or to some effect like that. Don't look so shocked, darling. I do read things other than the fashion magazines and the gossip columns. And I am your mother. I do keep up, which is exactly why I'm worried about you. Because you seem to have lost all sense of objectivity when it comes to Erica Kane. Now, something's going on.
If you're suggesting that I'm falling in love with Erica Kane, you're insane.
Oh, no, darling. No. I'm fully aware that you're loving anyone but yourself is, well, it's beyond your capacity. But my guess is that you're involved with something concerning Erica and the night of the accident. Am I right? Tell Mother.
Come on, honey, cheer up. You gave it your best shot.
I really thought I'd gotten him. I thought I'd gotten through.
Look, this is Braden's failure, not yours.
Yeah, no kidding. Any man would let his own brother take the fall for him.
He won't be able to live with himself.
Oh, this was his call. He blew it. Now all we can do is watch.
Mr. Lavery, your admission and your willingness to take responsibility for your offense are duly noted by this court. This does not, however, diminish the severity of your offense. Rape is a heinous crime, one that has little to do with sex. It is about power and violence, the depraved act of a coward who wishes nothing except to impose pain and degradation on someone weaker than himself. It turns my stomach. Were it up to me, I would throw the book at you. But your counsel and the prosecutor have come to an agreement. And so we will wrap up this matter quickly to spare your victim further pain. Miss Montgomery, I hope that you find peace now, knowing that your attacker is locked away. Therefore, on behalf of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby sentence Ryan Lavery.
Your Honor, please. I'm Ryan Lavery's wife. Before you finish, may I just please say something?
Are they friendly, arguing what?
They've teamed up to split up Joe and Karen.
This is going to be fun.
Frank
Little brother's not going to know what hit him.
and Courtney are getting off on getting even.
How did those panties get in your car?
Do you think she'll hit him?
Escape to Port Charles, America's fastest growing soap.
At least you're consistent. This little tactic of yours, classic Vanessa. You always did resort to a strong attack as your first line of defense, especially when you did something unforgivable.
And what sin have I committed, in your estimation?
I distinctly gave orders that Erica was not to be told about the scarring of her face. Not only to you, but to everyone.
So, my cardinal sin was disobeying doctor's orders?
I warned you that the news could devastate Erica, and that it was in her best interest to find out about her face later.
Well, I'm disappointed in you, David. I thought you of all people would understand.
Understand what? That it was a harmless slip of the tongue?
On the contrary, I knew exactly what I was doing, and I did it for all the right reasons.
Now, just put that away before you break something.
Oh, no! You don't want to spend a lifetime in prison over this, all right?
No, I'm only taking what's mine. According to the divorce agreement that you and Adrian forced me to sign.
I did not force you to sign one blasted
half of these
thing.
possessions are mine.
Half? Half? You took every single item that's got any value whatsoever, left me with the junk.
Then you should feel right at home.
No, oh, no.
Now, don't worry. I wouldn't dream of touching your Velvet Elvis collection.
Oh, I don't have a Velvet Elvis collection.
No, that's enough, you two. Come on.
Now, if you would kindly hand me that vase, I will be on my way. I've had quite enough of this tacky, over-teased, shrieking harpy for a lifetime.
She's your wife. She's your wife. You at one point in your lives, you two loved each other enough to stand up and take vows before God, and one of those vows was to respect her. Your life as married couple may be over, but there's no reason to be disrespectful about that. She's a wonderful lady.
She's a money-grubbing shrew. That's what she is.
You take that back.
Or what?
Mrs. Lavery, there is no need to plead for leniency. The agreement has been made between Mr. Lavery and the two counsels.
Your Honor, I'm not asking for leniency, although I would kneel down and beg for mercy if I could. My husband asked me to accept the unacceptable, to respect his wishes and move on
Your
with my
Honor, what
life.
the defendant's wife is trying to do is
I simply want to
delay
say
sentence.
goodbye
It's
to
just
my
that simple.
husband.
Young lady, you are out of order, and I will tolerate no more interruptions in this court unless someone has new evidence to present. Do you?
No.
Then take your seat.
I know, I love you. I'll always love you.
Thank you.
Please reconsider.
Hey, you take your hands off her.
Don't
She can
make
stay.
matters worse.
Just let it go.
I'll sit.
Your Honor, you were saying.
Ryan Lavery, I hereby sentence you to 10 consecutive years with no parole to the maximum security institution at Statesville Correctional Facility.
You people are making a big mistake. You've got the wrong man. Ryan Lavery never touched Kit Montgomery. I did.
Your Honor, this is utter nonsense.
What was that, young man?
He didn't do it. He's covering for me.
Your Honor, the issue of Ryan Lavery allegedly covering up for someone has already been raised and covered. You questioned him yourself, and he denied it. This is nothing more than a pathetic attempt to stall the inevitable.
Your Honor, if my client is covering up for this man, for whatever reason, doesn't it stand to reason that he would deny it until the bitter end, or at least until the real perpetrator came forward?
Your Honor, the point of the sentence has been passed. Now, these cheap theatrics are solely to try to undo a duly arrived at conviction.
How can you be so sure? Is the district attorney interested in justice or winning?
Well, as the victim in this crime is my sister, I would say justice is the forefront of my mind, and I resent the implication.
Quiet. We will have order here.
Your Honor, may I speak, please?
Go on.
We have a serious quandary before us. Two men have confessed to committing the same crime. Now, Your Honor, I already have grounds for appeal. To forestall such an appeal, don't we owe it to ourselves to at least inquire why this man wants the court to believe that he raped Miss Montgomery?
No, I never said I raped her. There was no crime committed. The so-called victim was a willing participant. It was consensual.
No, this can't be happening. Thank God he might have a chance.
I knew he didn't do it. I knew it.
That must have been some talk you gave Bray.
Order.
I'm just glad he did the right thing. You. Are you aware that anything and everything you say in this court can be used against you?
I am, Your Honor. I have nothing to hide and nothing to be ashamed of.
Nevertheless, I advise you not to say anything more until you have secured counsel.
I don't need a lawyer. Everything I say is of my own free will.
Your Honor, I would ask that these proceedings be closed immediately before this turns into a three-ring circus with three more clowns parading in here. Do you think this is some kind of a joke, coming in and confessing to a rape? You think this is funny?
She wasn't raped. Check the police report at the hospital. There was no evidence of any physical force.
Maybe you should check the law, son. I don't need evidence of physical force, only the threat of force or undue coercion. That's all I need to arrest, prosecute, and convict a rapist in this state. And that's what we've done to the man who confessed to the crime. This man right here. This is the man that's going away for 10 years. Not you, unless, of course, you'd like to join him for obstruction of justice, or perhaps, Your Honor, for contempt of court.
Mr. Montgomery, I will decide who is in contempt of my court.
I apologize. Your Honor, I would just ask that you conclude these proceedings so that we can remand the convicted felon to prison.
Your Honor, in the interest of justice, can we please hear this man out?
Young man, rape is serious, and so is contempt of court. Now, I admire your gesture of friendship for your friend, but I would say that claims in a court of law, false claims in a court of law, are not the way to prove it.
Ryan Lavery did not rape Kit Montgomery. That is the truth.
It appears that Mr. Lavery has many friends who would like to back him up. However, he has represented them here shamefully. Because the evidence, the forensic evidence, in addition to the eyewitness testimony, is conclusive. And this case is closed.
No, Your Honor. You do not have all the facts. Starting with the DNA evidence.
Your Honor, the DNA evidence was not tampered with in any way, and those test results are irrefutable.
Right. A 70% match. Well, I'll bet I can do a hell of a lot better than that.
Young man, I've had quite enough of you. Bailiff?
I am Ryan Lavery's brother. Now, I'll guarantee you a 100% match on that DNA sample. Or my name isn't Braden Lavery.
Order. Is this true? Is this man your blood relative? Your brother?
Yes, Your Honor, he is. I thought you were on your way to Japan. Yeah, well, I never liked sushi that much.
This court will recess for 15 minutes. You and you in my chambers in 5 minutes. Bailiff, retain custody of both of the Lavery brothers.
You did not have to do this. Yeah, I did.
Well, I told you I would stand by you. So here I am.
Thanks.
Liar. You're a damned liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. Liar.
All My Children will be back in a moment here on ABC.
No, not here. Don't come too far. You don't want to give him any more. More? You saying they're gonna let him go? They're gonna believe him? They're gonna let him go?
No, kid, nobody's satisfaction. Nobody's saying anything. Listen, Jackson with the judge. Let him handle it, okay? Come on, let's go someplace. Get some privacy.
It's a good idea. All right. I'll see if I can talk to the reporters.
Okay, come on. How about we get you some air?
Thanks.
Any chance Edmund's going to be able to get a little perspective on this? I mean, it is the second time the kid has cried rape and accused the wrong man of doing it.
I don't know. Dixie, you know this Braden Lavery, right? What do you feel about what he's saying?
Well, I think judging from Kit and her past, it's completely possible.
Make that probable.
Listen, at the very least, you'll win on appeal, but I think she's gonna throw the whole thing out. I really do. As for you, I don't even know what to say to you.
Haley, please don't. Do you guys mind giving us a moment?
Yeah, sure. Hey, good luck, right?
It's not too late to catch another flight to Japan.
I told you I'd help you. So, ta-da.
I wanted to help you too, Braden. This time I wanted to help you. Pay you back for everything that you did for me when we were kids. And all this from a guy who doesn't like owing a thing. I owe you my life. You owe me nothing. When Dad took stuff out on you because of me, that wasn't fair.
No, it wasn't. But it wasn't your fault. He was a broken down, drunken bully. A zero. It was his fault. Not yours, not mine. You have nothing to feel guilty about. And you don't have to go to prison for me. I'll take this on myself.
Jackson Montgomery is going to be out for blood.
Yeah. Well, he can have it. You know, once they get the DNA match, you're out of here.
Oh, and what's going to happen to you? He's got a lot to prove, Braden, now more than ever.
Well, he's her brother. He's got to do what he's got to do. Just like me.
Is she really gonna listen to that man? She's just gonna let Ryan go.
The judge will handle it. She knows what she's doing.
You have doubts now, don't you?
Look, if you're asking me if I believe that you were raped, yes. Okay? I saw you in the parking lot. I found you. I saw how you behaved and how you acted and how you looked.
But there's a but now, isn't there?
Kid, there was a lot going on. You were really upset.
Wait a minute, what are you trying to say?
Is it possible that the man who raped you was not Ryan? It was his brother. Could you have made a mistake?
Brooke has cleared the hallway of the reporters that were out there.
That's good.
Bailiff has called everyone back in. The attorneys and the judge are entering any minute.
We'll be there soon.
The right reasons? What reasons could you possibly have for shattering an innocent woman's life?
Oh, please, David. You can't really think that a woman as savvy as Erica Kane didn't know on some level that something was terribly wrong.
I intended to tell her when the time was right.
Well, of course. And that is about your control issue, isn't it? Is that why you let those batty friends go up and down the hallways acting like maids at some mad queen's tea party, declaring that red is white, up is down?
This was not a game, Vanessa. You could have done my patient severe emotional damage.
Well, you have done her more damage than I ever could have. And she wouldn't be your patient if you had not been driving like a bat out of hell through a blinding snowstorm. David, what were you thinking? What was so important that it couldn't wait?
Erica needed to get back for a television appearance.
You wouldn't go out of your way. You wouldn't jeopardize your own life in a blinding snowstorm, unless, of course, there was something in it for you. You're hiding something, David. What is it?
I've told you all you need to know, Vanessa.
But you are so wrong. You need me more than you realize, my dear. Which is why I am going to ignore your insufferable insults and help you in spite of yourself. And because I'm your mother. And despite everything in the past, I truly do love you.
I don't need anybody. Least of all you.
Famous last words. Do you happen to remember what your grandmother used to say when someone did her wrong? Never mind. They're going to need me before I need them.
Well, thank you very much for the family history lesson, Vanessa.
But we are family. And it's time we started acting like one. David, can't we forgive and forget and put all this in the past? And you know, it's also time you got over your father's pathetic and senseless death.
This has nothing to do with your careless interference with my patient.
David, please, can't we forgive and forget? Can't we get past this? Can't we start again?
Do you know what my father used to say about starting again?
No.
Oh, now why doesn't that surprise me? You never listened to a word he said.
All right, you're going to let your stubbornness ruin our chances and your career?
My career is fine.
Your career is history. And your reputation, you're going to be known as the man who ruined Erica Kane's life. Your skill, your hard work, David, your very careful networking. What, you're all gonna let it go up in a cloud of scandal?
I'll handle it.
You don't have to do it alone, David. Together we can save your career, build a new life for ourselves. David, let's get past this, really. We've both done things we regret. Who in life hasn't?
Tell me something, Vanessa. What is in it for you?
You're my son. Your brilliant future is all I really care about, David. Let me help you. You know I can, and I will. David, you are exactly like me, and somewhere deep in your heart, you know that.
The only thing we have in common is DNA.
David, you get your DNA from me. Your father was recessive in every single way. Whose blood is coursing through your veins? You're AB positive, just like me.
I'd rather be related to a black widow spider. But then, I already am.
There's no talking to you when you get like this.
Good. There's the door.
Well, like they say, you're going to need me before I need you.
I have not needed you for years, Vanessa. And I guarantee you I never will. So why don't you leave Pine Valley? Do what you do best. Stay out of my life.
You were a cranky baby, too. And you know something? You may think you can hide the truth from me, but I don't think you're really that good at hiding it from yourself. We're not through.
Say what you have to say. Let's get it over with.
Okay. Palmer, I'm only telling you this for your own good. But you have to change the way you do stuff.
Stewart?
Right now, before it's too late.
Stewart, you see, I have a top-notch lawyer, and he assures me that I am not in breach of the divorce settlement.
I'm not talking about all that legal stuff. I'm talking about your life. What it stood for. What kind of a man you were. What are the things that you'll be proud of when you look back on it?
Well, I built an empire. Twice. Pretty proud of that.
Okay. But an empire isn't going to cry for you when you die, is it? And empires fall, empires get sold, they switch hands. I'm talking about people, Palmer, the people in your life. That's what's important. Your wife, your children, your friends. That's what matters.
Platitudes. Platitudes. Stewart, just platitudes.
Sit right back on down there, Palmer Cortland, and you listen. Stewart Chandler is one of the wisest men alive, and if you're too thick to try to
waste your breath in there, Ian. Palmer Cortland didn't worry about the Grim Reaper. He sold his soul to the devil years ago.
And you were my living hell.
You were mine. You'll be hearing from my lawyers, Palmer Cortland, because I'm not even going to try to talk to you anymore. I just get out of my house now. Get out! Get out!
Gladly. Excuse me.
Yeah, well, I'll be going.
I know the way out.
Yes, I'll be going with you because I'm not going to make sure that you don't have your sticky fingers on anything.
Oh, Stewart, promise me that that'll never be us, please.
Oh, I promise.
Anyway, you were magnificent. You were so strong and masterful.
Do you think I was too rough on you?
No, darling, you were extraordinary. Do you know something? You never cease to amaze me. Are you always going to be so full of extraordinary surprises like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All rise.
Please be seated. I have decided to hear the testimony of Mr. Braden Lavery. but I must once again urge you to retain counsel. The statements that you make here will become part of the official record, and as such, could be used against you in a further court proceeding.
Won't be necessary, Judge.
Very well. Swear him in.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I will.
Be seated.
Braden Lavery, your statement for the record.
On the night in question, Halloween night, I was at the pit. Now, I was relatively new in town. I was just checking places out. I spotted my brother Ryan there. He didn't see me. He didn't even know I was in town. And I didn't know he was living here either. Anyways, I was wearing a mask. A werewolf mask. Just like him. He was with Kit Montgomery. From the looks of things, they were an item. I mean, she was all over him on that dance floor.
Objection to the characterization.
Your Honor, this has already been established by deposition.
Overruled. Continue.
So, they were coming on to each other pretty hard and heavy. And then all of a sudden, she blew him off. Big time. Ryan got upset and split. I downed my drink and ran outside to try to surprise him, but he'd already driven off. I was still in the parking lot when Miss Montgomery stumbled out. She was pretty hammered. I still had on my mask, so I figured I'd play a little joke on her. It was Halloween after all. So I took her by the arm. The next thing I knew, she was mine. I remember thinking, Ryan gave up way too soon. Because I had no doubts that she just wanted to get it on.
Objection, Your Honor. There's no way this man can know what was in Miss Montgomery's mind at that time.
Sustained. Young man, leave out the assumptions. Tell us only what you did and what you observed.
All right, Your Honor. All right. But there's really not much more to tell. I mean, we didn't waste much time after that.
Your Honor, I move that every bit of this man's testimony be stricken from the record because he is lying through his teeth.
Oh, excuse me.
It's all right, darling. Did you lock the door?
Well, as you can see, it doesn't really much matter. I think I'm gonna have to start hanging garlic or something out there, ward off the werewolf.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Opal. You all right, darling?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna be just fine once this is all said and done, over with. I'm sure glad you guys showed up when you did, but I'm a little embarrassed that you had to see all this wreckage.
Oh, well, darling, you can always redecorate, you know.
Now, I'm talking about my marriage, or what's left of it. Just can't believe that it ended up like this. I can't believe that is the man that I loved with all my heart and soul. I feel like such a fool. You know, I'm not sure he ever loved me.
Oh, Opal, he did. I'm sure he did.
Love, oh, why am I always the loser?
Opal. You got a heart bigger than the Allegheny Plateau. That's what makes you so special. And that's what drew Palmer to you in the first place. He needed some of your specialness. Because he didn't have any of his own. But he was greedy. And he He took advantage of your love, and that's really sad. Because Palmer's the one that's going to lose here, not you. People that can love are always the winners. Always. And that's you.
My guess is you're involved in something concerning Erica on the night of your accident. Am I right? What was so important that it couldn't wait?
In front of all those people. You want to tell Liza what Adam did in front of all those people. You want to drop the bomb at the wedding. Motion denied, Mr. Montgomery. We agreed in my chambers to allow this man to testify. As unpleasant as it may be for you, we are going to let him tell his
Your
side
Honor,
of things.
this is preposterous. How can he expect this court to believe that this sex was consensual? Did you not say that you grabbed her arm and she was yours?
Yes.
Well, how did you grab her arm?
Your Honor, counselor is badgering
How?
the witness.
What, you want me to demonstrate?
Yes, I want you to demonstrate. Now you've got the idea.
Kiefer, I'm going to allow it. Young man, I would like to see your demonstration. Sit, Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I grabbed her arm, and she turned to me. I was still wearing the mask, so I figured that she thought I was Ryan. Then I pulled her into my arms. She came into them willingly. Our hands were all over each other. There wasn't any kissing or anything, because I still had on the mask. Not that we would have done that anyway. I just went for it. Down and dirty. There were some empty cardboard boxes against a wall, and they cushioned our fall. It was over in a matter of minutes. She didn't scream. She didn't fight. She wanted it. Just as much as I did.
Oh my God.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next All My Children.
Lindsay wants to get a man's attention.
I can't keep myself from falling for you Buchanan men.
She's smart, she's sexy, she's desirable, but she still hasn't captured his heart.
Now she's after you.
The perfect scheme could make her wish come true.
You need some expert help.
Escape to One Life to Live, ABC Daytime. On the next All My Children.
You've thoroughly destroyed Erica Kane.
Do you wish to recant your testimony and change your plea?
You have taken advantage of me and the people I care about for the last time.
Tonight, looking for America's funniest home videos? Then look no further. There's great new videos on a great new night. Then ABC Sports skating coverage goes prime time with the World Figure Skating Championships. ABC tonight.